Socrates stands as a giant in the history of thought. Born in Athens, Greece in 470 BC, he lived during the Golden Age of Athens. He was a philosopher, a teacher, and a gadfly. Socrates challenged the status quo. He questioned everything, and in doing so, he changed the way we think. Socrates left no written works behind. We know about him through his students, notably Plato. Plato's dialogues immortalize Socrates' method of questioning and his pursuit of truth. These dialogues are still studied today. They offer insights into ethics, politics, and the nature of knowledge. Socrates lived a life devoted to reason and self-examination. He believed the unexamined life was not worth living. His commitment to truth ultimately led to his trial and execution in 399 BC. Even in death, Socrates remained a powerful symbol. He became a martyr for free thought and intellectual integrity. His legacy continues to inspire us. Socrates reminds us to question, to think critically, and to seek wisdom above all else. Socrates famously said, "The unexamined life is not worth living." This statement encapsulates his core belief. He valued self-reflection and critical thinking above all else. For Socrates, a life without questioning was a life half-lived. Socrates didn't believe in blindly accepting tradition or popular opinion. He urged people to think for themselves. He wanted them to question their beliefs and assumptions. He challenged them to justify their views with reason and logic. This approach was radical in his time. It challenged the established order, but it was also incredibly powerful. By encouraging self-examination, Socrates helped people live more meaningful lives. He showed them the importance of intellectual honesty and the pursuit of truth. Socrates' emphasis on the examined life remains relevant today. In a world saturated with information, critical thinking is more crucial than ever. We must question what we hear. We must analyze different perspectives. We need to think for ourselves to navigate the complexities of the modern world. Socrates is renowned for his unique method of teaching. Known as the Socratic method, it centers on asking probing questions. Socrates didn't lecture or preach. He engaged in dialogue, using questions to guide his students towards deeper understanding. The Socratic method is a process of intellectual discovery. It starts with a question, often seemingly simple. Socrates would then ask follow-up questions. These questions exposed contradictions or inconsistencies in his students' thinking. The goal wasn't to humiliate or to provide ready-made answers. Instead, Socrates aimed to stimulate critical thinking. He wanted his students to arrive at their own conclusions through rigorous questioning and self-reflection. This method is still used effectively in classrooms and discussions today. It fosters active learning. It encourages students to think deeply and critically about complex issues. Socrates believed true wisdom came from within. He saw himself not as a teacher, but as a midwife of thought. His role was to help others bring forth the knowledge and understanding already present within them. Dialogue was central to Socrates' approach. He believed that through open and honest conversation, people could challenge their assumptions. They could explore different perspectives, and they could move closer to truth and wisdom. Socratic dialogues were not mere debates. They were collaborative explorations of ideas and values. Socrates listened carefully to his interlocutors, acknowledging their points of view. He used their own words to guide them towards deeper understanding. The power of dialogue lies in its ability to foster empathy and understanding. By listening to others and engaging in respectful debate, we can bridge divides and find common ground. Socrates' emphasis on dialogue remains a timeless lesson for us today. Much of what we know about Socrates comes from the writings of his student Plato. Plato, another giant of philosophy, preserves Socrates' teachings in his dialogues. These dialogues are not verbatim accounts, but rather literary works that present Socrates' ideas in a dramatic and engaging form. In Plato's dialogues, Socrates appears as the central character. He engages in conversations with a diverse cast of Athenians, exploring a wide range of philosophical topics. These dialogues cover ethics, politics, metaphysics, and the nature of knowledge. Plato's dialogues are considered some of the most important works in Western literature. They provide invaluable insights into Socrates' thought. They also showcase the power and beauty of philosophical dialogue. Through Plato's writings, Socrates' legacy has been transmitted across centuries. His ideas continue to shape our understanding of philosophy, ethics, and the human condition. Plato's Republic is one of the most famous works of philosophy ever written. In it, Socrates outlines his vision for an ideal state. This ideal state is ruled by philosopher kings. These are individuals who possess wisdom and virtue. The Republic explores fundamental questions about justice, morality, and the nature of a good life. Socrates argues that justice is essential for both individual and societal well-being. He believes that a just society is one in which each individual fulfills their proper role. Socrates' ideal state is a hierarchical one. It divides society into three classes: the rulers, the guardians, and the producers. Each class has its own specific duties and responsibilities. While the Republic presents an idealized vision, it raises important questions about the nature of power, justice, and the common good. It remains a cornerstone of political philosophy, sparking debate and discussion for centuries. Socrates lived a life of both admiration and controversy. His relentless questioning, while inspiring to some, angered others. He challenged traditional beliefs and authority figures. This made him enemies among the powerful elite of Athens. Socrates' commitment to truth and his willingness to question everything made him a controversial figure. He was accused of corrupting the youth of Athens. His accusers claimed he was leading young people astray with his unorthodox ideas. Despite the risks, Socrates remained true to his principles. He believed in the power of reason and dialogue. He refused to back down from his beliefs, even in the face of danger. Socrates' life is a testament to the importance of intellectual courage. It reminds us that standing up for what we believe in can come at a cost. In 399 BC, Socrates was put on trial in Athens. He faced charges of impiety and corrupting the youth. These accusations were politically motivated. Socrates' accusers resented his criticism of Athenian democracy and his questioning of traditional beliefs. During his trial, Socrates defended himself with eloquence and logic. He argued that he was not guilty of any crime. He maintained that his questioning was aimed at pursuing truth and virtue. He believed this benefited Athenian society. Socrates' defense is a masterpiece of philosophical reasoning. It demonstrates his commitment to intellectual integrity and his unwavering belief in the importance of truth. Despite his eloquent defense, Socrates was found guilty by a jury of his peers. The trial of Socrates stands as a cautionary tale about the fragility of freedom of thought and the dangers of silencing dissenting voices. After being found guilty, Socrates was sentenced to death. He was given the option to escape prison. His followers urged him to flee Athens. However, Socrates refused. He believed that escaping would be a betrayal of his principles. He argued that as a citizen of Athens, he had a duty to obey its laws, even when they were unjust. Socrates' decision to accept his fate demonstrates his unwavering commitment to his principles. He chose death over dishonor, becoming a martyr for philosophy and free thought. His death had a profound impact on his followers, particularly Plato. It solidified Socrates' status as a philosophical icon and inspired generations to come. Socrates left an enduring legacy that continues to shape Western thought. His emphasis on self-examination, critical thinking, and the pursuit of truth remains as relevant today as it was centuries ago. The Socratic method, with its focus on questioning and dialogue, is still widely used in education and beyond. It teaches us to think critically, to analyze information carefully, and to form our own opinions. Socrates' life and death serve as a powerful reminder of the importance of intellectual integrity and the courage to stand up for what we believe in. He taught us that the unexamined life is not worth living. His ideas continue to inspire philosophers, thinkers, and individuals from all walks of life. Socrates' legacy is a testament to the enduring power of ideas to change the world. In today's complex world, Socrates' teachings are more relevant than ever. We are bombarded with information from all sides. Critical thinking and the ability to discern truth from falsehood are essential skills. The Socratic method provides a framework for navigating this information overload. It encourages us to question everything, to think for ourselves, and to be skeptical of easy answers. Socrates' emphasis on self-reflection and the pursuit of wisdom remains a timeless ideal. In a world often driven by materialism and superficiality, his teachings remind us of the importance of seeking truth, living ethically, and constantly striving to become better versions of ourselves. By embracing Socrates' legacy of questioning, critical thinking, and the pursuit of wisdom, we can better navigate the complexities of the modern world and live more meaningful and fulfilling lives.